So welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. Grateful to be able to have these virtual connects in a time where we're still very socially distant. And many of you I haven't practiced on the mat in a really long time with. So so grateful. So thank you for taking the time to be here. Just wanted to, and then if you are getting this recording, welcome, welcome. Whether it's virtual, live, or a recording. But I wanted to read just a short little section from Heart Talk by Cleo Wade. If you haven't checked this, this poetic wisdom for a better life out, highly recommend. But with the theme of kind of just taking care of you and loving yourself, all of those parts. So all of it. Which parts of yourself won't you let yourself love yet? Befriend your ingredients, the spicy, the sweet, the pain, the heartache, the gifts, the shame, and the shine. Fall in love with all of you. Savor yourself. So yes, on your mat, try to be a little less critical, judgmental of yourself. If you need to back off, find ease. Just do the best you can. Know that you are. So I am so glad you're here. We will go ahead and get started. Let's begin in child's pose, kind of a nice grounding, centering posture. Bringing the knees wide, big toes to touch. Allow yourself to land. So if you want some movement, take some movement. Take some movement before you find that stillness for yourself. Feeling your breath, feeling your body. Let's just come into this space for this next hour where we really give our minds, our beautiful minds, a break and really allow ourselves to come into the body, our breath. So as you land here, let the forehead kind of massage into the earth. Little rock side to side, kind of that reminder of letting go. Releasing, not letting the mind really take control right here. So feel the breath in the body, the back side of the body. See if you can start to fill up the space within you. Maybe you start to notice a count of a 4-count inhale, balanced out 4 or a little longer. What do you need this morning? More of that release, more of that offering. In child's pose, just start to walk those hands a little bit more forward, stretching your bum a little further back. Get some space on the mat. Start to find Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Clearing space on that exhale. Two more breaths here. With your next inhale, slowly start to lift your head. We're just going to thread the needle this morning, just kind of easing into the space. So taking your right arm through, doesn't matter actually, you could do left or right. And just gently coming down to the shoulder, side of the forehead. Maybe Reaching that opposite arm forward. Just letting the breath move into the scapula area, opening up that space. And then switching sides, opposite arm coming through. Landing softly, landing with ease, love and compassion. Your next inhale, lift your head, put your arm, and then just start to walk yourself forward to your forearms, to your hips, come down to the earth into Sphinx pose here. Elbows underneath the shoulders. You can always just double check you've got that alignment, grabbing opposite elbows. So wiggle the hips. If it feels good to gently rock the head a little, chin to chest, do so, or keep the head upright, do so. And then just start to energetically press into your forearms a little bit more actively, feeling the belly button reach forward, maybe some expansion across the abdominal wall, maybe some lengthening out of the lower back. Be mindful, do not put any pressure in that space, so maybe take those feet a little wider, just wiggle the hips to remind you just to release those glutes. Feel the breath move in, feel the breath move out with that Ujjayi breath, powerful breath. And then with your next exhale, just start to release down, walking those fingertips in line with the upper ribs, elbows to the sky. Let the forehead come to the earth. I'm going to keep my head slightly lifted so you can hear me. Take one leg, stretch it a little further back than the other, just creating some extra space. And then with the forehead down, just articulate, shoulders rolling up to the ears, down the back, and do this a couple times, just shoulder rolls, keeping the forehead down. Just feeling that engagement. And the next time you engage back, pause. And then just slowly lift a little bit away from the earth, getting into that back body, feeling a little bit more strength there, a little bit more power. Chest opening up. Taking those fingertips, your palms could be flat, but I've got kind of a tenting action of the hands. And then exhale, releasing down. Do this now, create a little movement here. So inhale, articulate away into a little cobra, and then exhale down. Still finding those shoulder rolls up, down, and back. Feeling your breath. And this time, land all the way to the earth. Bring your arms out into a little pillow for your forehead. Let the hips wiggle a little bit, heels out, toes in. Get breath in together. And breathe out. And then your next inhale, come back up to Sphinx pose. Take your palms together, thumbs to the sky, and just kind of interlace. You create like a little tripod base. Take the toes, tuck them. Start to, without even lifting the hips or thighs, lower belly engages and you'll feel a lift away from the earth. Now lift also shoulders a little bit up, so you press into those forearms, create that energy, so the expansion across the shoulder blades start to tip. Again, feel your breath, and then slowly start to lift those thighs, tailbone reaching towards the backs of the knees. Neck is long here, so be mindful that you're not looking too far forward or letting the head creep or chin into the body too much. Stay right here as you pull the lower belly in or start to lift up into your full forearm plank. Be mindful those hips haven't lifted or they're not dipping, so the lower back is compromising. Now shift a little front and back so that you know that you start to engage those legs as you reach back through the heels. Shoulders over those elbows. Lower belly pulling in and down. Feel that connection. And I encourage you, if you can, just closing the eyes and feel your breath. And on that exhale, pull the belly in and down. Force of the ribs. Feel the thighs spin in and up. At any point, if you need to lower the knees to a modified plank, you do so. But maybe you take that moment to just take one more breath wherever you are in the struggle, the challenge, the shake, and just take one more breath. It's knowing that you are strong enough in this moment. Don't judge yourself. Don't say, beat yourself up for the shake or the struggle. Just embrace wherever you are right here, right now. Feel your breath. Keep expanding those shoulder blades, pressing into the earth. Neck stays long. You've got this. Building a little fire right here in the beginning. Let's stay with it. Get into our bodies, get into our breath. Closing that space between thoughts. They pop in, they pop in. Just giving our mind a break here. Keep pulling belly in. You got this. 5 more breaths. Drag it out. Lower belly pulling in. So good. Stay strong. 2 more. Pulling in. You got this. Last one. Don't lower the knees yet. Take a breath in. Hold here, exhale, pull in the belly, hold, 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 drag it out. Knees down, thighs down. Woo. Hello, shake it out. Little Sphinx pose, opening across the chest, the back. Drag that tail. And then exhale, down to the earth, hands in line with those upper ribs. One cobra here, a little deeper if you choose, and then keep pressing into the earth through table. Hips are gonna land over those knees. And stretch out those shoulders a little bit here in a half dog. Forehead maybe landing between the arms to a block, whatever you need, support yourself here. You can lift those elbows so you really reach long through the fingertips. Feel the hip creases lengthen back, a little tilt in the pelvis. Let the chest just melt to the earth. A couple more breaths. And then with your next inhale, walk those hands into the body. Park them right underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingertips. Lift the tailbone. Drop the belly. Lift the chest. And exhale, press into the earth. Cat position. Maybe a little sway from and back. And do this twice more. Breath in. And out. And then inhale back to that neutral spine, a little tilt in the pelvis, tuck the toes. And let's journey back, downward facing dog here. Just pedal those feet out, getting a nice stretch through the Achilles, hamstring, calves. Noticing, getting curious about those sensations in the body. Lower belly pulling in. Just moving towards your thighs, but now staying connected, lifting out of those shoulders. And then pause into a little stillness, even if the knees are a little bent here to create some space. Pause into some stillness. Stillness in body. And then with your next inhale, lift the tippy toes or roll yourself forward to a high plank. Pedal into the legs, into the arms. Draw the head into the body and press back down. Next time on an inhale, roll forward. Let the knees soften to the earth. Exhale, lower down as you like. Breath in, reach through cobra. Hold that chest open, pressing into the earth, roll over those toes, downward facing dog. Take a breath in together and breathe out together. On an inhale, lift the tippy toes, roll forward. Knees or no knees, shift forward, either low or all the way. Breath in, cobra, up dog. You do you. And then journey back downward facing dog. Your next inhale, right leg lifts high to the sky. Open the hip. Stay lifted and engaged out of that left shoulder. Left heel reaching to the back. And then draw the knee in. Press into the earth. One here, just kind of lift, feel that contraction. And step your right foot forward, right thumb. Knee right over ankle. Land the left knee. Untuck the toes. One hand to thigh, then the other. And just kind of pause here if this feels good, or adding arms. And just explore whatever feels good for yourself this morning. Lift a little bit out of the shape, so spinning those thighs in towards one another. And then use your next exhale, fingertips to the earth, framing the front foot, tuck the toes, and shift your booty back. Inhale, rebend. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, right leg sweeps sideways. Exhale, 2 feet to the earth. On an inhale, left leg sweeps high, feeling open that left side, lifting out of that right shoulder. Anchor through that right heel, so make sure it doesn't rotate with you. And then draw the knee in, big step forward, pause, hold. Left foot, left thumb. Sliding the right leg back, let the knee lower down to the earth. And then you take your time lifting up to that low lunge. Stay right here, hands to thighs, or maybe arms reach high, or maybe just back here. There, will it create some space for yourself? Find that. And then inhale, sweep high. Exhale, float the fingertips to the earth. Shift the hips. Now to that back hip, and then shifting forward. Tuck the back toes, sweep the left leg, big sweep. And exhale, 2 feet. Big breath in together. Breathe it out together. Inhale, roll forward to your plank. You can just press back, downward dog, or move through a little flow vinyasa to the earth. Cobra, up dog. And then exhale, journey back, downward dog. Into your hands, just take a slow walk to the top. Let the feet land hip distance, maybe a little wider. Sway those hips. Grab opposite elbows, just cradling the head, letting gravity just kind of take over here. Help open up the shoulders, the neck muscles, backs of the legs. Notice if your toes are gripping here. If so, can you release just a little bit? Shifting forward into the balls of the feet without that grip. A little softness in the knees, maybe, so that you don't hyperextend the legs. Create some space in the lower back. And with your next exhale, let's just release those arms beside the legs. Drop your weight more into those heels. Curl the tailbone and take a slow roll. Turn the shoulders up and back. And then one hand to heart, one to belly. Close the eyes, just land into your body. Land into your breath. Land into this moment. Nowhere else to be but right here, right now. You chose to roll open your mat. You chose to dial in or show up for the recording. Do this for you. there's one thing that you could say to yourself right here, right now, that lifts yourself up, do it. Take a big breath in together and breathe out together. Maybe it's simply as, I love myself, I love my body. I can and I will today. Releasing those hands, open the eyes. Go ahead and reach down, grab your weights if you're using weights. Toe heel your feet together. You're gonna drop your weight into those heels and take a moment, actually tilt your pelvis just a little bit so you lengthen that space down versus tilting to the other direction, creating tension. Spin those thighs in and land into chair pose with your arms kind of out here in this platter shape. Roll the shoulders up and back. So you've got this opening across the chest, lower belly folds in. So weight into those heels. You might be up higher, but spin those thighs in so you don't see any light. Or maybe you take it a little lower, but knees always over those ankles. Take a breath here, chest staying open, open those arms, and close. So palms open to the sky, very little grip. So I'm just kind of using my thumbs to hold the weight. Ease your shoulder blades together. Spin those thighs in. And then I want you to create a little bit of contraction of those lower abdominals as you exhale and press those arms together. As if you're doing a little crunch. Find your breath. Glide into the toes, so weight into those heels. You got this. And neck stays long. Instead of kind of letting the head drop down or looking up, see if you can find that spot in front of you so that your head is just an extension of the spine. Sink just a little bit deeper. You got this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5, 4, so good, 3, 2, 1. Hands come to heart. Charge up, rise up, take a breath. Sink back into that chair. Lower belly folds in. Lift to the ball of that left foot and step the left foot back, but not all the way back. So we're still really kind of more weight into that front leg. And then step forward. So those hands could just stay right here. You're gonna step forward, weight more into that right foot. So I'm kind of stepping to the ball of that left foot. If you want to add a little bit with those arms, press back, pull in with a little bit of a curl. Lower belly pulls in. You got this. Send some love to your right glute hamstring. Breathe in, breathe out. You got this. And maybe now start to send a little love to your quad, huh? I'm starting to feel it. We got this. Toes are light. Rich breath. We got this for 8. Final 4. 2. Hold this kind of little bit of a funky chair here, one leg here, little pulses here. Just little pulses. Make sure those knees aren't opening out too far. Weight into that right heel, ball of the left. And lift those palms kind of like right before where we were. Feel the breath, belly pulls in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switching it up. You're gonna step that left foot back, reach through that heel, and then you lift the knee. Step forward, right arm draws in, left arm forward. So you're gonna reach a little bit more through that left heel. Still a little, lots of weight into that right leg. See if you can find a little bit of a crunch. Lower belly pulling in. On that emptying out exhale. You got this. Toes are light. Stay with it. So strong. Woo. Feel it. We got this for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step forward. Place your left foot to your right thigh. Finding a little figure 4 here. Flex the left foot. Make sure your weight's not into, or the ankle isn't sliding down to the right knee. Chest stays open. 3. One more breath. Woo. Stand tall. Hands to heart, 1 to belly. Feel your heartbeat, feel your breath, feel your feet. Notice any sensations maybe on that right side of the body. Different to the left. Your next inhale, open the eyes. Arms reach if it feels good for you. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, soft bend in those knees. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Hands to shins or to the earth. And then knuckles or palms flat as you step back, plank pose. You can take out the vinyasa always, or flow through here. Get slow wherever you need to. Breath in together, breathe it out. Now I'm gonna take my palms flat here. Weights off to the side. Gonna come forward with my next inhale to plank. You can always modify with knees down here. We're gonna take it to dolphin from plank here, trying to lower both forearms at the same time as I lift my hips, chest to thigh. Check in, walk those elbows just a little bit more in if they've spread out. And then your inhale, you shoot forward to plank, lifting both forearms. Exhale down. Elbows drawing in, so they're not splaying out. Modify, knees down, always an option. Press into those palms, lifting those forearms. Chest moving towards your thighs. You got this. Lower belly pulling in. Little bend in those knees if you need to, or down. Inhale, lift. Two more. Next time you lower those forearms, pause. From here, lift your right leg into a one-leg dolphin. You're gonna shift forward, and as you do so, hover that left knee or even tap it to the earth. And then press back. You need to modify knee all the way down. Gaze to your thumb as you shift forward. Exhale, hover that shin and knee. Or knee down. Elbows stay in line with the shoulders. Reach that right leg back, getting a little bit more extension. Lower belly pulling in. My elbows are sliding as I'm sweaty. You got this. 6. 5. Do this. 4. 3. 2. So good. 1. Right leg down, knees down. Let's find a little child's pose here, giving a little break to the upper body. Take those arms beside the legs, put the shoulders through to the earth. Rock a little side to side with the forehead. And just take some breaths, pause. Appreciate the pause. And then kind of a little check-in. What can you appreciate about your body right here, right now? Physical body, its strength, its power, resilience. Send some gratitude to it right now. Take one more breath. Your next inhale, stretch your arms forward. Come up through table. One cat dog here, breath in and out. And then keep sliding forward, forearms to the earth, through Sphinx pose. All the way down, bringing your forehead, kind of creating a little pillow here. And be mindful of your lower back. We're gonna work into a little Shalabhasana sequence here. But just make sure that you're not putting strain in the lower back. Think about lengthening back versus lifting high to the sky. So start with the forehead down, either just like this, or hands in line with those upper ribs, forehead down. Take your right leg, lengthen it back, and then your left. And a little internal rotation here, heels to sky. So make sure those heels aren't rotating in, so the toes are out in a turned out position. Lower belly pulling in. Lift those toes just a little bit. Forehead can stay down or hover just a little bit. You choose, but maybe try it down first. Open those legs and close. Inhale, exhale. Breath in and out. So if you've got any lower back issues, I definitely recommend maybe keeping that head down. If you do choose to lift the head, chin to chest, neck stays long. Lower belly pulling in, supporting the spine. You got this. If you do choose to lift a little bit away from the earth, engage those shoulder blades so front of the chest stays lifted away from the earth. Let's do this. You got this. Eight, 7, 6. So good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Release down. Now let the heels rotate out, toes in, wiggle the hips. On an inhale, tuck the toes, press through table, back to the heels. Child's pose. Breath in together, breathe it out. And then inhale, shift forward, table pose. Let's take it back, downward facing dog together. Look forward to the front of the mat, either hop or walk forward, top of the mat, you choose. Your breath in lengthens you halfway, find that space. Exhale, fold and stretch. Grab your weights, root to rise, take it up. And exhale, hands to heart. Don't heel those feet together, Utkatasana chair pose. Flatter those arms, so palms open to the sky. Spin those thighs in, lower belly pulls in. So arms opening out again, and here. You can actually now just switch it up just a little bit. My palms are gonna face forward towards one another. But if you liked that other movement, then take it. And then find your challenge. Sink your weight into those heels. Neck stays long, lower belly pulling in. You got this. We got this. Oops, I forgot. I got this. Find your breath. Don't stop breathing. Now, I know we don't officially start breathing, but oftentimes when things get challenging, we hold our breath, right? We clench up. Let the breath create some movement, some space for you. Think a little bit deeper. You got it for 8, 7. So good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to heart. Rise up. Take a breather. Feel it. Shake it out. And step forward. Find your chair. Hands to heart. Actually, sorry, in this prayer position, kind of a triangle. Lift to the ball of that right foot, weight into that left heel, right? Lower belly pulling in, step the toes back, but I'm not all the way back here, right? Still kind of more weight into that left leg. And forward, back, and forward. And maybe you add those arms, kind of little hammer curls, lightly gripping those weights. Find your breath. Whew. Feeling it already on this other side. How about you? We got this. So strong. Chest stays open. Whew. We got this. Breathe. Let it out. Big exhale out. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little pulses here. Palms can stay open. Hands can stay to heart. You choose. Neck stays long. Little pulses here. Stay with it. You got this. So strong. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kind of lift up, lift your knee, stepping back, right? Little alternate with those arms if you choose. Little running arm. You should do that heel, stabilize. Final little stretch, you got this. You can do this. I can, I will. Say that to yourself each time. I can, I will. Believe in yourself. So good. Final little stretch for 8, 7, lower belly pulling in, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step forward, shake it out for a moment, and then finding figure 4 here, foot to thigh. Always balance hands to a table or chair. Hinging from the hips, reaching your booty back. Whew, feel it. All right, land the foot to the earth. Big breath. Empty it out as you dive forward. Inhale, lift, lengthen, knuckles to the earth or palms flat. Flow through. Child's downward dog, what do you need? Check in. And back, downward dog. Take a big breath in together. Empty it out. The palms coming flat. You're gonna shift forward into a plank, right? From here, so check in, walk those hands a little bit more in line with the shoulders. Think about those elbows wanting to splay out, so squeeze them in. Lower to that dolphin. And inhale, shoot forward. Modify. Knees down, shoot forward to plank. Knees down, shoot forward. You got it. Feel your breath, belly pulls in, supporting the spine. You lower those forearms at the same time, lift up. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Whoops, we keep it down. I'm gonna grab that towel a little bit more underneath my forearm. You're in that dolphin shape, right? Maybe interlacing those fingers to find a little bit more stability. Left leg lifts, 3-legged. And then you're shifting forward, hover the knee, and press back. My toes are all slippery, so be mindful. Towel maybe might be helpful. Breath in, charge up those arms to press back and lift out of the shoulders. You got this. Woo. You got this. For 4. Reach that left leg a little higher. 2. 1. So good, left leg down, knees down. Child's pose, any version with those arms that feels right. Maybe a tricep stretch. Arms beside the body. Settle the breath. Send some love to your body. Send some love for all that it does every day, every minute of the day that we take for granted, right? So lower to your forearms, coming to your hips forward into Sphinx pose. I'm gonna grab a sip of water. It needs to hydrate too. All right, so wiggle those hips. Take those feet a little wider for stability and also for that support of the lower back. Start with your hands down beside the body. Fingertips in line with the upper ribs. Roll the shoulders up to the ears down the back. And then find those kind of tented fingers, cupping the earth. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep those hips really rooted down. Keep the tops of the feet down. And then if you want to work a little bit more into the legs, fire up. So knees, thighs, and shin bones lift, but feet anchor down. Now lift just a little bit away from the earth. Stay right here, and then you lower down, forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift, squeeze those shoulder blades. You want to add those arms right beside the body. Press in and together, and then we lower down. In, together. Otherwise, keep those hands down, squeezing. Shoulder blades, chin to chest. Both positions, neck stays long. If you've got the range of motion and your lower back stays happy with this, you could certainly take weights to those arms. But for me, this is plenty, feels good. Definitely strengthening my back without compromising anything. Lower belly pulling in, you got this. We got this, stay with it. Feel your breath. Small movement, doesn't have to be high. Remember, it's lengthening forward for 8. Squeezing those shoulder blades, 7, 6, small movement, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release the arms, make a little pillow for yourself. Heels out, toes in, wiggle those hips. Good work. Good work. Walk those hands in line with those upper ribs. Little cobra dog. Back to your heels, child's pose. Breath in together. Empty it out together. Press back, downward dog. Maybe one final little flow through with this sequence. Might feel good. And then look forward, either hop or walk the feet forward. You can cross those ankles, sit to your bum. Grab your weights and put them beside ya. And we're gonna roll to our back sides here for a moment. Don't worry. I mean, not that you're worried, but it's not quite over yet. All right, so coming to your backside, you're already there. Fantastic, you got a slow poking teacher here. All right, so feet a little wider than hips distance. Press into the earth, kind of curl the tailbone, lifts. You wanna kind of create that little tilt to the pelvis, and then engaging those thighs and kind of just lift up and feel that gaze like is straight forward. So don't look to the left or right. So position yourself if you need to face me better. and then lower down. All right, so from here, those arms are gonna come out. I'm gonna slide just a little bit more forward so I'm away from my couch. The lower body is going to lift with the heels lifted, okay? So heels lifted, make sure those knees aren't rotating out, feel a little internal rotation, and then the hips lower down. If you wanna add a little bit, those arms hold out like this, elbows lifted, you could stay right here. Otherwise, add those arms, kind of a wide fly, pressing up, pressing through the balls of the feet, lifting hips, tapping down. Just slightly hovering those elbows and hips over the earth. Once again, you don't have to do upper body. You can focus just on lower. Make sure that you've got your feet positioned so that you have that stability right underneath the knees. Lower belly pulling in to support you. You got this. So good. For 10, you got this. 9, 8, 7, switch it up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep those hips lifted, lower the heels. All right, so now elbows bend, kind of a cactus space, but elbows down, fingertips to the sky, okay? Lower those hips. Lower belly pulling in. Maybe walk those feet out just a little bit more for stability. And then you're gonna lift up and down. And maybe you take it a little bit further with that crunch. Try not to use momentum. Lower belly pulling in. You got this. Keep it lower. We are combining a little bit of that chest press with the crunch. See if you can suspend just a little bit when you lift. So good. Try not to slam your back down to the earth. Stay with it, you got this. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Release those weights. Soles of your feet come together. Baddha Konasana, knees opening out, okay? Arms right beside the body, palms to the earth. Tuck the shoulders under, lower belly pulling in. Lift those hips, holding the hips here. Press those knees together and out. Away and together. Hips lifted. Keep them lifted high. Really lift up through those hip bones. Use the upper body to help support you. If your knees don't like the soles of the feet together, just bring the feet flat to the earth. Totally fine. You got this. I've got this. We've got this together. Let's do this. So good. Keep breathing. Let it out through the mouth. Great release. So good, almost there. As high, hips up a little bit higher, you can do it. For 8, squeeze, open and close. You got this. For 6, for 5, 4, so good. 3, 2, 1. Hold it center, feet flat. Squeeze those thighs, little pulses up. Small little pulses, squeeze those thighs together. Oh yes, hamstrings, inner thighs, should be feeling it. Lower belly pulls in. Final little stretch. So good, almost there. Woo. Feel it for 10, 9, 8, 7. Squeeze those thighs, you got it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Let it out. Walk those feet out to the edges of the mat, let the knees drop in. And just gently let those knees drop side to side. And then squeeze the knees in. You have a nice little squeeze through the shin bones, hold to the hamstrings, whatever feels right. Massage out the lower back a little. And then rock yourself up, kind of stepping back, so knees to the earth. Step your right foot outside your right hand, slide the left leg back, setting up for a lizard. I'm gonna add a little twist here, right hand to thigh, and then also if you choose, maybe that quad stretch, inch your left knee back, maybe pad the knee if you need to. Grabbing the pinky side of the foot, rolling the chest open. You're not twisting that knee too much. Awesome work, everyone. And then release. Shift your hips. Step that right foot. Switch sides. Finding just the twist here. Hand to thigh. Sliding the right knee back, or finding that quad stretch too.
Is it really you knocking at your own door? Always looking for something.
Gently release. Shift your hips. Step that left foot back. You're going to set up for a half pigeon, so if you like to come into that from downward dog, or if you prefer figure 4, find that. You are finding a half pigeon, flexing the right foot. You've got space between you and the floor on that right side. Cushion yourself, tuck the back toes, slide that left leg back, untuck the toes, and lift a little bit out of the shape, and then start to walk those hands forward. You've got something handy like a block or a pillow, letting the forehead come to that, just kind of massaging out the space between the brow. Also great support for the neck. Be mindful that you aren't leaning that right glute too much to the right, so simultaneously lengthen or reach that left hip bone to the earth. Right hip crease back, creating that kind of opposing resistance energy. And breath in, breathe in together. And breathe out together. Breathe in. And breathe out. And here for a couple more breaths.
Oh no, no, no. You just gotta let that old story go. You just gotta let that good river.
Next inhale, begin to lift your head. Come over to that right hip. Swing that left leg around, just coming into a little seated twist. Left glute down. Hug the left knee into the chest, sit up tall. Begin to just twist to your left. And then you can add that arm. You can either just hold the leg or bring that upper arm to the thigh, creating a little extra resistance. Left fingertips close into the body. Creating space in the lower back as you open your chest towards the left side. Stabilize the hips. Through the crown of the head, inhale, exhale, feeling that space open up. Some opening across the shoulder blades too. And then release, counter twist, opposite direction. And then coming forward, however you need to find your figure four, your half pigeon on the other side. Or if you chose figure four. Setting up same way, so instead of immediately just leaning down, tuck those toes, settle the hips. Squeezing those inner thighs, settling then into the shape as you pitch forward. And then maybe getting as low to the forearms or a block. Where can you support yourself? What can you do? And then send your breath into those areas that might feel tight, constricted. Your next inhale, no rush to land. Start to lift up. Lean over to that left hip. Swing that right leg around. Finding a little twist. Right glute down. Sit up tall. Shoulders, chest opening to the side. Any arm variation that feels best for you. Use that breath in to lengthen. Exhale. Soften and create some space.
Stood beneath an orange sky. With my brother stand.
And then release, opposite direction. Take those feet out wide. We'll just take a little forward fold here. Sit up tall. If you need to position hips a little bit more on a bolster or bend those knees to find length of the spine, do so.
It's a long road we've been walking on.
Moving muscle away from the bones as you hinge forward. Really root down, knees to sky, so making sure the feet aren't caving forward with you.
Such a long road we've been walking on.
Active legs. Shoulders away from those ears. Chest pressing forward, a couple more breaths.
Stood beneath an orange sky.
Your next inhale, start to walk those hands in. Take the hands behind the knees. Almost done, my friends, almost done. Hold on to those hamstrings, lean back. Hands can also come right here. One final little fire building just to kind of move through anything that we still have in the body. So press your chest towards the thighs. From here, lean your heart forward, maybe add those arms. Maybe straighten those legs. Lifting out of the lower back. You can also take those hands behind you, anchoring down, lifting you out of the lower back. Embrace the shake a little bit here. My legs are definitely shaking. Keep rolling the chest open. You've got it. Breathe in, breathe out. Lower belly pulling in. Final little stretch for 3. And 2. And 1. Slow roll down for 8. 7. Use those arms if you need to. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms reach overhead. Puff up the belly, puff up the chest. Swing those arms up. Give the knees a squeeze. Any other movement that you need, please take it here. Otherwise, opening those legs out to the corners of the mat or finding Baddha Konasana. Knees together, feet to the earth is a nice release to the lower back. Maybe hands to belly, one hand to heart. Or letting those arms just open up to the sides as you tuck the shoulders under. What do you need right here, right now? Just give yourself that body. If you can, take even just a minute before you need to leave. Just take a moment to pause and just kind of bring this energy in. Give yourself just a few minutes of rest. You deserve it. And then just letting the breath lay on the body. Allow yourself to land here. My salvation lies in your love. 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 In your love. In your love. Stood beneath an orange sky. Yes, I had a dream. I stood beneath an orange sky. With my brother and my sister standing by. With my brother and my sister standing. And start to bring awareness back to your breath. Taking in some deeper inhales, exhales, letting that energy run through you. Letting any stagnant air empty out. Bringing some movement to the toes, the fingers, maybe giving yourself a big stretch. And then making your way over to your right side. There's no rush. Do whatever movement you need, any gesture that you need. But in this final place for yourself, land in this moment of transition before our practice here on our mat and then our practice off of our mat. What will you take with you? What will you take with you into the rest of your day, into your life that honors you, supports you, loves you a little bit more deeply? Maybe behind, whatever you don't need anymore. And keeping the head heavy, eyes gently closed, lifting yourself back up. Bring your hands together, heart center, as we close this practice. Take a big sip of breath together. Breathe it out together. Those hands up to the third eye center point. We close this practice together, honoring the sweet light within us, bowing together, giving thanks to ourselves, one another in this beautiful practice, and together saying, Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your time, your efforts, whether you practice live virtually or you're practicing later on the recorded. Always an honor to share this practice. Thank you. And have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll stick around if you have any questions.